What would make an 18-year-old speed through quiet neighborhoods, ram through a yard, and crash straight into a telephone pole, all while shouting he did nothing wrong? This isn't just a story of teenage recklessness. It's a chain of chaotic choices, police intervention, and a haunting question. Was this a drunk joyride gone wrong? Or something much deeper? Let's unravel what really happened on that wild night. Daniel Plascenia Lopez wasn't a known troublemaker. No prior arrests, no major run-ins with the law. Just 18 years old, legally an adult, but still very much a kid in the eyes of many. But in just a few minutes, he would go from a regular teen to the focus of multiple felony charges and a viral incident that left an entire community stunned. Who was this kid behind the wheel? And what pushed him to such a destructive outburst? It was a typical evening on 29th Street until a red truck was spotted swerving across the center line, dangerously close to oncoming traffic. At first glance, it could have been a distracted driver, but this was something else. The truck didn't correct itself. It kept drifting, weaving, and catching the attention of law enforcement patrolling nearby. The moment they tried to pull him over, everything spiraled out of control. Police lights flashed, sirens blared, but Daniel didn't stop. Instead, he hit the gas, hard. In a split second, a calm neighborhood turned into a danger zone. Residents who had been walking their dogs or sitting on porches suddenly witnessed a red truck barreling down residential roads at unsafe speeds. The pursuit wasn't long, but it was chaotic, unpredictable, and full of risk, and it was just getting started. As the chase continued, Daniel didn't just try to escape, he went full demolition mode. First, he struck a police cruiser, slamming into the side and nearly sending the officer off the road. Then came a parked vehicle, another victim of the chaos, its rear end mangled by the truck's force. And finally, Daniel drove straight through someone's front yard. He tore through the grass, barely missing the front porch before his truck collided head-on with a telephone pole. The impact was so intense it shook nearby windows. But the most surprising moment was yet to come. After crashing, police quickly surrounded the vehicle and boxed him in. With nowhere to go, Daniel exited the truck and surrendered. But instead of apologizing or remaining silent, he started shouting. "I didn't do anything wrong!" he screamed over and over, his voice cracking, his face red with frustration. Officers described him as visibly distraught, panicked, almost as if he truly didn't understand what he had just done. Was it denial? A mental breakdown? Or genuine confusion? As officers searched the truck, the truth started to surface. There was a strong, unmistakable odor of alcohol filling the cab, and in the cup holder, a partially consumed alcoholic beverage, clear evidence he'd been drinking behind the wheel. And Daniel, just 18, well below the legal drinking age, combined that with the chase, the crashes, and his behavior. And suddenly, the charges began stacking up. Authorities didn't hold back. Daniel now faces a wave of serious charges: assault and battery on a police officer, driving under the influence under 21, leaving the scene of an accident, reckless driving, eluding law enforcement. Each one could carry major legal penalties. And for someone barely out of high school, it's a devastating reality. But what if alcohol wasn't the only factor? There's been a lot of buzz online about Daniel's mental state. Some neighbors and classmates mentioned that he'd been struggling with personal issues in recent weeks. A few even hinted at possible family drama or emotional pressure boiling over. While none of this is confirmed, it adds a chilling layer to the story. Did Daniel snap under pressure? Was he using alcohol to numb something deeper? Or was it simply one reckless night with irreversible consequences? We may never know the full truth, but the signs suggest more than just teenage impulsiveness. Today, Daniel sits in legal limbo, facing charges that could shape the rest of his life. The neighborhood is still reeling. Families still talk about the red truck that tore through their quiet streets. One young man, one reckless decision, and a moment of chaos that changed everything. But the real question is, if he could go back, would he even understand what went wrong? This wasn't just a chase. It was a warning, a reminder of how fast things can spiral, how one choice can shift the course of a life, and how sometimes the people who look the most normal are the ones silently on the edge. If you found this story eye-opening, subscribe for more true, raw moments like this, because sometimes reality is stranger than fiction.